Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Okay, so you're picturing yourself in that crisp military uniform, but you've also got a stethoscope around your neck. If that's the dream, you've probably hit the ultimate crossroads for 12th grade medical aspirants, choosing between the Armed Forces Medical College and the Military Nursing Services. Today, we're diving into this explainer to break down the facts directly from our source material and give you some absolute clarity.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll hit the big medical dilemma, explain AFMC and MNS, break down the numbers, go over the eligibility and selection process, compare the doctor versus nursing officer routes, and wrap up with choosing your path. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Big Medical Dilemma.
All right, here's the massive crossroads you're staring down. Two incredible paths, both leading to a life of honor, discipline, and medical service. But which one actually aligns with what you want to do? Do you apply for AFMC, MNS, or both? It's a huge, heavy decision to make when you're just 17 or 18 years old, which is exactly why understanding the mechanics of each path is so absolutely vital.
Moving on to Section 2. AFMC and MNS explained.
Let's rewind a bit. Back in 1942, the drafting of a separate military medical wing actually began. But the real game changer happened in 1947, right after independence. A committee basically realized, hey, we can't just rely on civilian doctors from the outside anymore. We need to forge our own medical professionals from the ground up. And boom, the Armed Forces Medical College, or AFMC, was born in Pune. Today, it literally stands as Asia's sole medical college dedicated purely to building military doctors. That actually makes it the second most preferred medical college in all of India, right after AIIMS Delhi.
So, what's the structural difference here? Think of AFMC as practically a full-blown university. They're training doctors for the Army, Navy, and Air Force, offering degrees from MBBS and BDS right up to postgraduate MD and MS degrees. MNS, on the other hand, is the dedicated wing entirely for military nurses. But, and this is a really fascinating detail, those MNS candidates actually do their B.Sc Nursing training at that exact same AFMC campus in Pune. They share the same training ground, but their ultimate roles in the military are distinctly different.
Section 3. Breaking down the numbers.
Okay, let's talk exclusivity, because this is wild. Out of the entire country, AFMC accepts a mere 145 Indian students per batch. That breaks down to 115 boys and just 30 girls. Why is it so incredibly competitive? Well, the military completely covers their expenses, their books, and even throws in a stipend. They're going all in, fully investing in these 145 kids to mold them into elite military doctors. Now, in stark contrast to AFMC's 30 female seats, the Military Nursing Services reserves exactly 220 seats, and these are purely 100% for female candidates. This is a massive, tailor-made opportunity specifically for young women looking to serve as military healthcare professionals.
And we definitely need to factor in reservations, too. Both the AFMC and MNS paths set aside a 10% quota for SC/SD candidates, but MNS actually throws in a really unique bonus, an extra 10% reservation specifically for NCC cadets. So, if you've been grinding it out at those NCC camps, the MNS route is seriously going to reward that discipline.
Section 4. Eligibility and selection process. Listen, if you only take away one single fact today, let it be this. Both of these prestigious paths absolutely, non-negotiably require you to take the NEET exam. There's no getting around it. But the goalposts are totally different. AFMC, they demand top-tier performers. You generally need to be hitting 620 or higher out of 720 just to even be in the running. MNS, however, is a bit more accessible on the testing front. A score of 480 is usually enough to trigger the shortlisting process. This is exactly why knowing your own realistic academic baseline is so absolutely crucial.
Once you actually clear that NEET hurdle, your paths physically split. AFMC candidates pack their bags for Pune to face the toller. That's a test of English and logical reasoning. Meanwhile, MNS candidates head over to the Army Base Hospital in Delhi to take the TOGIG, which covers general intelligence, English, and some static general knowledge.
But here's the kicker. Despite heading to different cities for different written tests, the overarching selection architecture is identical. For both tracks, you've got a clear computer-based test, survive a rigorous psychological assessment to make sure you've got the mindset for military life, face a panel interview, and then pass those famously strict military medicals. The military wants to be absolutely sure that whether you're holding a scalpel or administering critical care, you are an officer through and through.
Section 5. Doctor or nursing officer.
So what happens after graduation? Well, because the military invests a fortune creating a doctor at AFMC, covering education, lodging, and stipends for years, they lock you in. You get what's called a permanent commission. You are committing to a 100% long-term, lifelong career serving as a doctor in the armed forces. It's an unparalleled honor for sure, but it is a massive, permanent commitment.
On the flip side, graduates of the military nursing services are granted a short service commission. That means you're dedicating 10 to 14 years of your life as a highly respected military nurse. It gives you incredible experience and all the prestige of military service. But honestly, it offers a bit more flexibility if you choose to transition out to civilian medicine later in your career.
We also have to talk about the reality of the workplace. Both paths proudly earn you the highly respected rank of a commissioned officer. You'll wear the uniform, you'll earn the salute. But at the end of the day, the hierarchical reality of a hospital remains intact, military or otherwise. The nursing officers will ultimately carry out the medical directives of the doctors. You just have to decide which role you want to play in that critical medical team.
All right, we've laid all the facts right on the table. We've looked at the history, the crazy seat exclusivity, the exact NEET score disparities, and the reality of your commission. The roadmap is crystal clear right in front of you. So the only question left to ask yourself is this: doctor or nursing officer? Which uniform will you dedicate your life to earning?
Want to know the secret to getting into a top MBBS university abroad without breaking the bank? Just type MBBS abroad or study abroad and send us a WhatsApp message right now. Get a free consultation call with our study abroad experts and discover lowest fee universities, NMC approved colleges, complete admission process free. Don't let confusion hold you back. Message MBBS abroad today and start your medical journey. Link in description. Hurry, limited slots available.